Hi everybody, Dan Illman here with some exciting news. DRF Formulator, the gold standard in past performance information, is now free, exclusively on DRF Bets. Join DRF Bets with the promo code WINNING, get a $250 first deposit match bonus, a $10 free bet, and free Formulator already uploaded to your account. Access Formulator's premium features, including sortable trainer stats, race replays, personalized trip notes, and lots more. Free Formulator, exclusively on DRF Bets. Hi everybody, Dan Illman and Mike Beer, the DRF race of the day for Friday, March the 25th, race number 8 at Oaklawn Park. It is a really salty sprint race. It's a conditioned allowance with an $80,000 claiming option. Let's take a look at this field. You can download free Formulator past performances for this race on the Race of the Day event page at drf.com. Access them, handicap along with us, play the race, play the card with your DRF Bets account. Jalen Journey, Mike, makes his first start since he was placed first via a somewhat controversial disqualification in the Grade 3 de Francis Dash. He was entered in the subsequent Vosburg, scratched with a foot problem, and is now coming off a long layoff.
Yeah, it's over 6 months since we've seen this horse. Wasn't in good form, last summer. Dan actually came back from Dubai, just ran a series of pretty good races. I suppose any one of which would make him pretty tough in here if he's ready.
Can't argue with the time form US pace projector. They've got two horses expected to be on the lead, the 6 Quick Tempo, the 5 Top Gunner. They are both fast, and they're both likely going to be right in the thick of things when they turn for home.
Yeah, I thought there was a chance this pace could be pretty fast. I mean, Quick Tempo by himself is just a really fast horse, Dan. I don't think he's going to be walking up on the lead early. Top Gunner, wants to be close to the pace. Even Jalen Journey off the layoff. I mean, I don't think he can make the lead in here, but all of his good races come when he's up close to the pace.
Number 1, Boldor had a really nice campaign at Oaklawn Park in 2021. He won the King Cotton at a big price at 9-1, and I was a bit surprised that they kept forging along on turf throughout the summer. He did okay on the turf. He won a Stakebred Stakes race down at Colonial. Now he's making his third start of the form cycle. What have you made of his first 2 starts this meet? The King Cotton was a tough spot off the layoff. Last time out, maybe 5.5, and a lack of pace worked against him.
Yeah, I'd be willing, I guess, to give him a little bit of an excuse for the last one. They did not go fast in front of him over a very short sprint distance. I mean, he didn't really do any running in there either, which was a little disappointing. I thought his King Cotton was okay overall. Too tough a spot off the layoff, Dan. He tried to make up ground in there, wound up just getting 4th. I know he has better races than that in him. I'm a little concerned that he hasn't been that sharp in his first 2 starts, but, he started off the layoff now, and he lands in a race that they're supposed to race in front of him. That helps this horse.
Number 2 is Mojo Man, a hard hitter. He has won 9 times in his career. Maybe he's racing himself back into shape. This is going to be his 4th start since August. He was good enough to win a little stakes race at Indiana Grand last year. Okay performance last time out. Big improvement from a buyer standpoint. Maybe he's getting back into form.
Yeah, I thought he ran better last time too. I mean, he had a clean run down on the inside all through the stretch. It was one of those races too, Dan, where it sort of felt like it was kind of up for grabs there for about the final 1/8 of a mile. Certainly Mojo Man had a shot at it, but he just couldn't quite get there. I thought overall he ran fine, and he's got plenty of races, going back to last year that would give him a real chance in here, and he should be a fair price.
Number 3 is Chip Off the Old Block, winner 2 starts back with a solid 92 buyer speed figure going this 3/4 of a mile distance. Cut him back to 5.5, stepped him up to this level, and he ran fine. There wasn't a ton of pace in that race. He ran a good 3rd behind the speed. This is a horse that has some back races, Mike, and I think getting out to 6 will help.
I do too. And I just respect more than anything else. And I just respect how consistent he is. I don't know that if everybody in here shows up and runs their good race, I don't know if Chip Off the Old Block's going to be able to come out on top. But I just like that he shows up and runs every time, and he's got really good tactical speed.
Seeking his 10th lifetime win is the number 4 Home Base, coming off a score over course and distance. The race will show you right now on March the 5th. And we see him swinging widest into the stretch here, and then he grinds it out gamely. He has now earned buyer speed figures in the low 90s in his last 3 races, 2 of them victories, and it looks like he's tactical enough to adapt to any kind of pace scenario.
Yeah, I like that about him too. I mean, this is the race we were talking about with Mojo Man before, Dan. That's Mojo Man, the one down on the rail. I mean, it's sort of wide open here. A lot of different horses could have won. Home Base is the horse who just stays on the best, gets to the lead late and prevails. I thought he ran fine there. I thought his King Cotton was also a pretty good effort, a race where they actually used his speed that time, Dan. He wound up contesting the pace, and only the razor-sharp Bob's Edge managed to get by him at the end. This horse is in good form right now.
Number 5, Top Gunner, a lightly raced 5-year-old, stakes place 2 starts back at Sam Houston. Let's watch his most recent start at Oaklawn. Now there's a 4 life allowance. This is a bit of a step up in class today. Top Gunner, no real excuses here, Mike. Puts a head in front of Royal Daher, who's been in very good form. Royal Daher was just better.
Yeah, I can't argue with that. I mean, they were both right up on a pace that wasn't fast. And Royal Daher is too good for this horse at the end. He holds second over Ataka. I mean, these two horses that finished first and third in here, Dan, came back in the Whitmore last weekend. Neither one of them were factors in that race. This race is actually pretty tough, too. I mean, there are some stakes quality sprinters in here. I just sort of feel like this horse has to do better, a lot better than he did last time.
Agreed. He's going to be stepping up from the non-winners of 4 life to face some 8 and 9-time winners. Plus, that pace, as you mentioned last time out, was not very fast, and it's likely that his next-door neighbor, the number 6 Quick Tempo, is going to go faster in the early portion of this race. Quick Tempo scored first off the Carlos David claim, and the race will show you Gulfstream on March the 4th, and he did it utilizing his speed. He went right to the front as the favorite, and he made him pay, and he earned a 94 buyer speed figure. And if you go back in this horse's past performances, even all the way back to a 2-year-old, he always had some ability. He just had a limited campaign in 2021.
Yeah, I got back to the races a little bit late last year. I guess overall he ran okay. There wasn't really any significant improvement, though, starting back to his first start up there at Prairie Meadows. I don't know. My problem with him, Dan, is he earned equaled his career best figure in that win we just watched there off the claim. And when I watch that race, I don't get that excited about betting Quick Tempo against some better horses here. He just got absolutely loose on the lead in there and just managed to hold on at the end. I just wasn't impressed enough with that win last time to want to bet him back against a better field.
The 7 Lycan, also eligible for the non-winners of 4 life condition. He's multiple stakes placed at Oaklawn. He seems like the kind of horse that's going to need some hitting up front. He doesn't have a lot of speed. He doesn't break from the gate very well, and that was the case last time out when beaten by Home Base.
Yeah, I do think he's going to catch some pace in this race, though. So I feel like that is a positive for this horse, who just sort of went evenly last time, again, in a race where it felt like everybody had a shot at it, and he just couldn't find enough through the stretch. I think if they go faster in front of him here, it helps his chances.
And then the key to the race, the horse on the outside coming off the layoff, your morning line favorite, the number 8, Jalen Journey. This horse was grade 1 placed back in 2019. He missed a lot of time. Last time out in the De Francis, he was the beneficiary maybe of a helpful call from the stewards. Let's watch this race. He was beaten by Wonder Where Craig Is, who came back to win the grade 3 Bold Ruler with a 104 buyer, came back to then win the Fire Plug with a 98, and he's now in Dubai, will run in Saturday's Golden Shaheen. Jalen Journey's going to angle outside of Wonder Where Craig Is. Wonder Where Craig Is does get a little bit drifty. I'm not sure if it cost Jalen Journey the race or not.
Yeah, it didn't cost Jalen Journey the race. He was never catching this horse in front of him. And it's fortuitous for him that they placed him first in this race. He still ran fine, I guess. I don't know, Dan. He's the morning line favorite. I suspect he goes favored in this race. I know his form overall looks really good. I'm not really much of a fan of this horse. I think he looks better on paper than he actually is on the track. We'll see how that all plays out. Here, the other thing that bothered me about him a little bit, Dan, is he's going to come back off of a long layoff in a race with a fast pace. And if you look up Asmussen's stats in Formulator, he's not great off of long layoffs like this.
Let's take a look at our top picks for this race. Mike, you made some good points, and you might have swayed me a little bit because I do think Jalen Journey can actually work out a pretty decent trip in here. I think the 2 speeds are going to go. He's going to sit third on the outside, and we'll see how good he is. I liked his win at Saratoga 2 starts back. Now, that wasn't the greatest 3 other than field. He earned a big fig. He looked good doing it, but you make good points. Taking short-priced horses off layoffs, not key to making a lot of money in this business over the long run. Boldor is a horse I know you've always liked, and maybe he can come with a kick.
Yeah, I don't love him in here, Dan. I just didn't like the favorites enough in this race to put either one of those 2 horses on top. I wanted somebody else. I actually struggled to find somebody else. But I do think this race, if nothing else, is going to set up better for Boldor. If he can show up and run his good race into a fast pace, I think he can pull off an upset.
1842 for Mike, 8564 for me. It's your Friday race of the day at Oaklawn Park. Good luck.